Kaboom!
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the AIB Show. This is Amit.
And Dominic.
And yeah, we're back. It's a new year, new things going on. And we're going to keep going. Hopefully, we will find ways to grow this audience and or to include the audience. And I say and or because these episodes are live on Facebook as we're doing them here. And the link there to join as well is always available. So the sad reality is we don't have a structured time to do this, which is probably why you guys will find us randomly. But maybe we'll get better in the new year and we'll put up an actual time when we're going to record these episodes, in which case you could join live and clown on Dominic throughout the whole scenario like I do, and we both have a great time. With that, what do you got, Dominic?
All right. Florida Governor Ron Fuckboy DeSantis.
Okay, remind me to, I got to mark that, so I have to put this an explicit episode on when it hits the Apple. Continue.
Have you heard of the Stay Woke Act?
I have not heard of the Stay Woke Act. It sounds like a pretty stupid name, but okay.
Oh, no, my bad. Stop Woke.
Oh, I was like, that would be really bad for him. Okay.
Yeah. Huge difference.
Yeah, in essence, Don't Look Up. I don't know if you ever saw the movie.
I just saw it last night.
Okay, so it's literally that stupid. The Stop Woke thing is as stupid as Don't Look Up.
We'll get to DeSantis in a second. Stop Woke. Oh my God.
Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up.
Yeah.
Netflix movie, all-star cast.
Yeah.
Right? What'd you think?
Didn't love the movie.
Really?
I here's why.
I enjoyed it.
No, I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. I'm a big fan of Adam McKay. The cast was phenomenal. But he touched on, so I think that he touched on so many things in that one movie that it was difficult for me to truly enjoy all those. Like each one of these things had so many different facets, right?
I think the satire was just.
That's my point. It was so much, but there was so much.
The Americana, and there's so much that wasn't touched too.
Yes,
right.
But it was. I think it's a very bold, difficult thing to get all the points that he was trying to get across, and to get them across. Like there's so many things going on. Like this is neither here nor there. I mean, it doesn't give away anything from the film, I don't think. But if I'll say spoiler, just in case you haven't seen it yet.
No,
I'm not giving any plot lines. I'm just saying that
everyone knows the premise.
I'm just saying that Jonah Hill plays the chief of staff.
Yeah,
who's also.
What'd you think of him?
He was awesome.
He was. It's so unreal, but that's a satire.
That's my point. Like it was, some things were over. Yeah,
he was my favorite character.
But he was also the son of the sitting president.
Right.
And obviously that speaks to Trump and his kids and whatever and thing, pretty much showing that the dude is a moron. But
yeah. And also the two Bushes more on underneath coming up and.
Yeah, but this was more speaking to Trump specifically just because of the appointments of high levels of office to your children, right? Which wasn't done in the Bush situation. That was completely different. They had quote unquote, eligible / knowledgeable individuals in those positions, people with some experience versus my kid who went to the same school I did because I paid them a lot of money. But neither here nor there. That movie was so Don't Look Up. It's in the trailers, etc. There is a asteroid coming for the world. And the idea being if the political party in power who wants to retain power says, don't look up, then you won't know this asteroid. Not you won't know, you won't believe it because it's fake news. And it's like, it's literally there. You can see it, but no, it's fake news. And that's the premise of the film.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. But okay, yeah. So the reason I made that correlation, we went back to DeSantis. So DeSantis thing is called "Don't
Stop Woke."
Stop Woke. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Not Stay Woke.
Gotcha.
So it's coming out. He's pushing it, and what it does is it allows parents to sue schools and school districts that teach critical race theory. So this is a straw man thing because all this hubbub about critical race theory. Find me a high school that teaches critical race theory in this country.
I don't know anything about high school curriculum, so I couldn't help you.
Find a teacher. Our good friend Paco, high school teacher. Ask him, right? What high school does. They don't. But it's something we're trying to get riled up about that's non-existent. I wish they did because it's just more accurate history. And people say, well, critical race theory is racist. And no, it's not. it's just speaking the truth that racism isn't just, due to individual biases and prejudices. It's something that's embedded in our legal system and our policies. There's no denying that. It's factual. That is. And until we can grasp that, then there's no hope for being better and America being great and changes and, like I said, justice over order. There is none. So this jackass is pushing a bill, again, a straw man argument. There's, again, something that's not actually there. But let's say it does happen one day where school districts start actually saying, let's stop this BS teaching, this whitewashed history, and teach current events and civics policies. Now parents can sue.
But then I assume that would just open the can of worms for suing about anything within schools and school curriculum. Yeah, well, you know what? I like this. I like where you're going, because what exactly is critical race theory? So I mean, it hasn't truly been defined.
Maybe I can sue when I hear BS about Thanksgiving and
that's my point.
And the American Revolution and all this stuff.
That's my point. Because that's critical race theory as well. That's just a different race and their theory. Right? I mean, it's literally that, right? Like, there's no true definition of what critical race theory is. There's an expectation, an assumption. We know what we're talking about when we say it, but it's such a vague, the name is so vague that you could speak about any race, right? Native Americans could have a version, if you will. White people would have a version, which is the version we're currently taught, and so on and so forth. So this would hopefully, if this went down the pike, one would assume that somebody with some good legal wranglings would be able to find a way to make this work in their favor. A la what's happening in California right now.
I used to have Kanye at the top of my list of somebody I want to kick in the seed bag, right? If I see him in the street. He's no longer there.
Violence. Kanye's not there anymore?
No, because he has mental issues, like diagnosed. I can be bothered by actions, but when they can't help it.
Oh, I didn't know he diagnosed mental issues either.
Oh yeah, bipolar, 100%.
Makes sense.
So it's still, I don't like him, but
same.
He's not at the top of the list. I think DeSantis is at the top of the list. Like
he's up there.
He's straight kick to the ball sack.
I mean, wow. Put that out on this guy putting it out on the radio waves for the world.
Some t-shirts like that.
Hey, you probably make some money off that, right? I mean, the dude is, he's somebody who gets me, when I hear his name, he gets me riled up. Even if I don't read the article, if I hear his name, if I see his name associated with anything, I get riled up. Speaking of which, this particular thing you're talking about is in our show notes, and I saw DeSantis and I just got annoyed. I didn't even click on the link. I just got annoyed and I couldn't click on the link. Like, no joke. I'm predisposed to being annoyed by this man. And that's just the way my mindset works when I see his name on anything.
The fact that I told you about my kid's school, I think we talked about it on the show, that there was a pushback and concern over what was being taught in school to the kids.
Yeah.
Remember that? And I told you I joined the group to kind of be like a Trojan horse, get in there and sneak in unwillingly.
And did you cause any change?
No, because it died out. They stopped. They tried to, get the school to change. They tried to speak to the headmaster, and it was more like double middle finger. Like, no, we're teaching their kids some proper stuff, right? It's not just whitewashed anymore, which I was glad.
So it's a mix between yeah. So what does your school teach? It's part of my ignorance.
I don't know the specific. Okay, they gave certain things, and they said, well, what's being taught, it's making my kid feel like he's the problem, and that was always the argument. You know what? Then if your kid feels like that, we're sorry your kid feels like that. But other kids actually live like that, right? The fact that you're bothered, other kids of color have to live like that, feeling inferior based on what's in the media, what's portrayed, what their classmates do to them, what even subconsciously their own race might do to them, put them down, whether it's about their hair, their dress, their talk, things of that nature. So maybe have a talk with your kid and explain the history of this country and the history of this world, and get over it.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's not, because that's been the argument about it in general. It's like, you making my kid feel bad for being white. Like that's been, the big push on the right. And I don't understand that dynamic, because it's just saying that this is what happened in the past, not what your actions are now, or not what you can do now to do anything, right? Good or bad. It's not saying you didn't do this. This is what happened, right? Period. right? I didn't do, I mean, hell, I wasn't a part of World War I or II, but it happened. You know what I'm saying? And you know why it happened. That doesn't mean that, hey, all Germans or whatever, just what happened. So that's why I don't understand this dynamic. It's like, I don't understand how this is the one of the loosest arguments I've ever heard. Like it's just the dumb speaking to the dumb. Right. And I mean it literally, as I said it right there. I feel that if that's your argument, you're dumb. And if you believe that argument, you are also dumb. And I think that's a pretty accurate statement. Yeah, I'm going to stand by that one.
Oh, good.
Wow, this. Yeah. All right, so Dominic called out a bunch of people, and he wants to commit violence to somebody in the streets, and I called people dumb.
Go slow down. beep. Back it up, bro. Come on. Figure of speech. Figure of speech.
Did you watch any of the bowl games, by the way? I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched literally. I think I watched 2 minutes of the Georgia game and 2 minutes of Alabama, and I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, I watched the end of the first half of the Michigan game.
Yeah, I just don't care. Like I had zero. Still have. I watched 0 bowl games entire December, and I watch all the bowl games. I'm not take that back. Not all, but I watch a lot of them.
I watched none.
Seriously, I watched 0 bowl games this year. Not one. And I probably won't watch a national championship game either. Like if it's on in the background is one thing, but I will definitely not go out of my way for it. Like it doesn't, I don't care, which is weird.
It's weird, but we got a team next year, or I shouldn't say next year. We got a future.
It looks bright, and by we he means University of Miami. Yes. You know, for that. But it's crazy. Like I've watched none of these games, and I don't like. Somebody actually asked, "Are you watching bowl games yesterday?" And I was like, "No." And I turned on the bowl game that Miami supposed to be in, the Tony the Tiger Bowl or whatever. And I don't know if it happens to you guys. So I turned on the bowl game, and it looked like I was watching, a local high school feed of a football game going on. And because there's nobody in the stands, by the way, it was it was very, very bare. Right?
Is that on purpose or because just no fans?
I'm going to go with no fans. I don't think that was on purpose. And then I'm looking around, and just the camera shots or whatever. And I was like, this looks like such a low rent broadcast. It was CBS Sports, and it was such a low rent. I couldn't watch it. Like I was like, this is unwatchable. It looked so low rent, and it looked like I was watching high school football. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like I would have powered through had it been the University of Miami playing in there, but it looked so bad that I'm glad that we weren't in there now in retrospect, because it just looked like a horrible production. Right. And then and the rest. And then you watch again, Georgia and the Woodlands yesterday, and it's solid production. And by the way, Hard Rock Stadium, I mean, that was COVID central. That place was packed. Bro, there wasn't space in that place. That place was packed, yo. Ridiculous. But yeah, I didn't watch any of that stuff. So that's that.
And today's Who Knows? This is an actual sentence. You ready for this? It might be the most intriguing or interesting sentence in the English language. You ready?
Go for it.
This is a sentence. Buffalo, buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo. Full stop. Period.
All
and
right.
the reason is...
Okay, I was going to say it. Now educate me.
Buffalo is a city in New York. Buffalo is also an animal. Mm-hmm. And buffalo, the third definition of buffalo, I did not know, means to bully or harass.
I've never used that or even heard that used.
Buffalo from buffalo that are bullying, or they're buffalo from buffalo. It's an actual, there's a person who discovered this. This is just the nerd in me. I can't remember how long ago, and came out, and it was proven true that that's an actual sentence. That's how weird English is.
Did not
buffalo,
know that.
buffalo, 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 buffalo. Full stop.
Did not know that at all. Wow, I did not know that at all. I'm looking through the Twitter sphere.
Your boy DeSantis is trending.
Is he?
Yeah, at least for me. I just log in, number one thing.
I mean, you probably just talked about him, and everything is everything's listening to us these days. So it's probably that. I'm looking at mine, and he's not there. What's he trending for you? What do you do?
Everything.
He's like, hey, I was just more racist today. No, he's not on mine at all. But
people saying they haven't seen him in a while. Florida cases are surging. Showed up at a football game.
Oh, was he at the game yesterday then? Down here?
Someone says maybe someone says he canceled a cabinet meeting 2 weeks ago. Haven't seen him. Someone else says his family is going through some health issues. But who knows?
Yeah, don't care. Did you know Macklemore and Ryan Lewis were on the New Year's last night on Dick Clark's New Year's extravaganza, whatever it's called? New Year's Rockin' Eve?
Did not.
Macklemore's still doing stuff?
Uh,
I didn't know I didn't know that he was doing stuff. Period. And when I saw his name, I thought it was a typo from like 1999 New Year's or something like that. But it caught me off guard. I didn't realize that Macklemore was doing stuff. This is very, very strange to me. But that was that.
This you hear about this Colorado truck driver? Hold on.
No, school me while your dog goes crazy. Bro, did your dog go for like obedience training and stuff?
Next dog.
Oh, you only trained one dog, so you have half a household that's doing well, and the other half not. What kind of ridiculous is that? It's like sending one kid to school.
That one barking is trained naturally.
All right, go ahead.
There's a Colorado truck driver, who sadly wound up killing 4 people. So, like a tractor trailer, he was driving 85 miles an hour, and the brakes
I did hear
stopped
this
working.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
And he pulled off the road and says where he wanted to go, there was already a truck pulled off. You know, the prosecution said, you ever seen those ramps that go up?
Yeah.
Like if a truck is, you don't just see them in Florida, but you see them elsewhere. This is
normally it's normally on the way to a way station. Yeah.
Yeah. So in case of emergency, you can kind of fly up. The prosecution says he didn't do that. He says he tried to do the best he can, wound up causing a 28-car pileup with 4 people dying. Was sentenced to 110 years in prison. Again, brakes stopped working, and I guess that's been proven. I don't think the prosecution had anything that brakes stopped working. He was claimed he made the wrong decisions, led to this dire situation. 110 years in prison because the judge claimed that he was strapped by minimum mandatory sentencing guidelines. And then even though he felt the sentence shouldn't be that long, there was nothing he could do by law. There's a lot of petitions and everything going on saying that this is just insane, clearly an accident, and to spend your life in prison. While this was going on, kind of the movement to help this individual, the prosecution was coming back and saying, yes, 110 years is absurd. But based on what happened, based on what we feel, based on the input from the victims' families collectively, we feel he should get 20 to 30 years in prison. The governor wound up stepping in and reducing the sentence to 10 years.
Okay.
And if he can be released on good behavior in about 4 years. If he's stays out of trouble, keeps his nose clean, so to say. He can be out in 4, otherwise he'll be in up to 10 years. It's a wild case that shows how many of our laws are antiquated and just the system isn't as good. Well, we know from a racial standpoint, the system is complete shit, but just in general, a non-racial sense, just the laws themselves that are written 50, 100, 200 years ago don't make sense, some of them, and there needs to be some system in place like this. Like, what if the governor didn't step in? There needs to be a board that can come in and put common sense logic into reviewing the laws, changing them proactively. I think that's what we need to do. A lot of laws need to be changed proactively as opposed into a situation like this. But even this, I don't know if the law is going to change after this. I don't know. I'm ignorant. What's the process?
It's not.
It's a governor just comes in and steps in and says, this is wrong. But can we change the law, or is someone else going to have to go through this?
I mean, we can't. The laws can be changed, but the laws there's got to be a push to make that happen. Like it's not on. You know, if there's not on, in essence, a list of things to do for simple terms, then it doesn't get done, right? And there's no votes being earned by making an adjustment here. There's no outcry from a group of people requiring such changes. So there's no review process that's going to take place to get it done, minus this particular specific case. So to your answer, I don't expect anything to happen. And I find that to be the par for the course. Like that's just the way things work, right? Change is always affected by somebody being backed into a corner to make the change. It's never proactive. It's literally, I'd love to see. I can't recall the proactive change.
But why wouldn't this be both proactive and
this,
backed into a corner with this?
because
situation?
it's not, because he remedied the situation.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's why. Now, had the situation not been remedied, right? And mind you, this was done, if I'm thinking correctly, this happened, I mean, the governor stepping in, et cetera, in a decent amount of time. Like, it happened.
Oh yeah, I think
right?
weeks.
That's what I'm saying. And I think that speaks to why there won't be any change. Because it's like, hey, we saw a problem, we remedied the problem. I think it was quick, no harm, no foul kind of thing. And we're able to do so quickly with the current system we have, so it works. Is the thought process, is what you're going to get from people who are comfortable with the status quo.
Yeah, I wonder if the lobbying power of these private companies too that benefit from incarceration. I wonder if that. I don't wonder. I figure that's my assumption. Has a lot of influence on lack of change as well. You know.
Not having done any research, I would expect so. Yeah.
Without these laws, without incarceration, their bottom dollar changes.
Yeah, but I would also state that there's probably a fair amount of. I mean, for them, like, I don't think it affects their bottom line if this, if certain laws like this get changed, right?
No, but it's collectively, right? They're fighting all this stuff because the private prison system, the industrial prison complex, it's all money.
It's
right.
True.
So I'm imagining the power they have versus like some clowns like us talking about this on the show, that this is wrong. And any other movements pales in comparison what we have compared to them.
I'll give you that. That does make some sense. You know
who Vincent Jackson is or was? He's an
name's not familiar.
NFL wide receiver for the Chargers and the Bucks.
Okay.
He died, I want to say a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was found in a hotel room. Drank himself to death. And sadly, they checked his brain after he passed. And
CT?
No doubt, he had CT, stage 2. You can get up to stage 4. CT is something that cannot be checked while one is alive. You have to examine the brain post-death. And it's scary. It's sad that so many of these football players are having these issues, and will continue to have them. It's a barbaric sport. Yeah, that's my thoughts.
But they say it happens in other sports as well, i.e. soccer, et cetera, et cetera.
Not to that relevance. What they say happen are concussions, like girls' soccer.
Okay,
young girls' soccer, which is why I think they've upped the age to like 12 years old before
when you can head the ball?
Maybe head the ball, right. But this is ongoing. This is, you have a huge professional league, the NFL, where these guys have been playing since they were kids, then middle school, then high school, then college, then pros. It's a long-term effects over and over and over.
No, that's true. On a side note, how's a ring light working for you now that you're all over the interwebs?
I didn't open it up.
You bought 2 ring lights and didn't open them up?
I got them as gifts, like Secret Santa, White Elephant, that kind of stuff.
So somebody was like, what Dominic needs? Lights.
No, it's my bad. One was like a gift for my daughter, and the other one was a white elephant. So no one thought me. Someone submitted that.
Gotcha. Your daughter got you a ring light?
No. One was a gift for my daughter.
Oh, for. I heard from.
Not from
Sorry.
me, from someone else.
Okay.
Yeah. You ever done this white elephant something?
Yeah. I did. I learned about it years ago
so I've
in
done it
work
many
situations.
times. This last Christmas, a lot of controversy.
Why?
On the rules and this, the bickering and no, give me this, do that. No, you can't do this. Talking about that. Yeah. Interesting.
What did you get? Yeah. So, what's your price limit? Like $20 or whatever it is? Is that your price limit? $30. All right.
Yeah.
Inflation.
You know what I bought? You know what I bought to submit? Tell me this isn't good.
Okay.
I bought $25 of. I got 8 Florida Larder tickets. That's $16.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got two $2 scratch offs at $21.
Okay.
Then 4 $1 scratch offs. You had $25.
Okay.
I got a pack of Wrigley's and a nail clipper.
Wrigley's?
Yes.
They still make Wrigley's gum?
Yeah. Pack of Wrigley's and a nail clipper. Who doesn't need all of that? Lotto tickets, gum, a nail clipper. That's It's
I don't need a
amazing.
nail clipper. I have that. Chewing
Who
Wrigley's gum
can't
is like
use
the
extra?
worst
Who
gum
can't use
ever.
a newer nail clipper?
I literally have a solid set from Manscaped. By the way, they make good products. And Wrigley's gum, like that's a slap in the face. Period.
I mean,
You can't even you chew the gum like 2 chews and things are hard as a rock. Like there's no
Wrigley's
flavor
is
in
like
it.
spearmint and nays and that. Yeah.
No, it is garbage chewing gum. Like it exists in Jamaica for you to take 2 chews, your jaw starts hurting, you have to spit it out.
It's readily available at CVS.
Wrigley's gum.
Yeah.
I've not heard that name in forever. That and the Spearmint Twins. Both of those things went out back in the 80s, but you're keeping it alive. So you're the one. Yeah. And first of all, I'd have been pissed. If I got yours, I'd hope somebody would steal it from me, but nobody would. I'm assuming nobody stole from anybody.
Hold on. You'd be pissed at getting $25 in lottery tickets?
Yeah. I don't really play lotto, so what the hell would I care? That'd be like...
Exactly. So it's exciting. It's fun.
Really? Yeah. Did anybody try to steal your gift when somebody else got it?
Yeah, it moved their own. You said I was trying to talk about the rules. I said, can I steal my own gift back? But then I didn't want to hint what was mine because the fun afterwards is guessing who submitted what.
But you can steal it back. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right?
So I thought about it. Then
people did steal
my
your gift.
brother-in-law Dan thought about stealing his back. He said the logic was so then he could just go return it.
That's funny. That's some cheap shit, but that's funny. No, but I haven't done one of those in years, though. You did it with the family? This is the family one?
It was supposed to be yeah.
You guys do a family one every year?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at this. All right.
Yep.
Very interesting. All right. Well, on the high note of the giving that happened towards the end of last year, as we go into this year, we will leave you with these couple episodes we've just done now and more to come. We want to say thanks for the ride or thanks for coming along for the ride.
Said.
Yeah,
That's
hold up.
what she said.
Bad phrasing. Coming along for the ride is not what she said. That would make no sense. But no, appreciate the support and, forward, like, share, all that good stuff. And, and honestly, just help us. If there's things that you want us to chat about or BS about, et cetera, if there's things that you feel that we should be doing better or otherwise, if there's anything really, let us know.
You're listening to the show for whatever reason.
We're hoping.
You hate us or you like us or hate one of us.
I was going to say, let's not say us.
Find one of us to be pompous, please spread the love. Let your friends, family know. Post about it. Take a snapshot. Take a pic. Forward it.
All that good stuff.
Tag us.
Yeah.
Comment. Send us stuff you want us to talk about. Right?
Yeah,
even if
it's something appreciative.
Even if you think it's something one of us or both of us would disagree with. I want some of that stuff. I want to be enlightened. Probably can't change my mind, but I'd actually be very excited if somebody could change my mind on something. So
appreciate it, all of it so far, and more to come.
Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
The internet, theaibshow.com has got all the episodes, all the everythings that are always there. So everything's up to date. Pretty much anywhere you need us to be, we're there, whether you want us there or not. So help us out. And
Apple Music, we love you. Or Apple Podcasts, you've been great the past month and a half. Have no issues. Good. Spotify, wherever else you listen to. Just take a snapshot, post it on Instagram, LinkedIn, post it on Facebook, whatever it is. Tag us, spread the word. Thank you. Be better.
Appreciate everybody. Have a good one. See you guys.